Today, once again, we join Tanasa R'ain. Today, once again, we join Tanasa R'ain, the Dark Elf, on her adventures. Last time, she finally made it to Bruma, although she almost died, twice. But then the luck smiled to her, and it turned out that the Count himself needed her help. After some detective work, she's ready to follow a lead she has. Let's find this tavern. Okay, man. So we know that all the leads tell us that we need to find the tavern. The Restful Watchman it was, I think. I know that you know when this tavern is. Don't pretend.
What do you want, elf?
Oh, so you're like that. Okay, I will find this tavern on my own. Who are you?
Good afternoon.
You're not Ulfric. I thought you were Ulfric. Who are you?
Oh, look, an infant. How quaint.
Infant?
I long to be out there with
What?
my brothers waging war against
What?
the Empire.
What did
Good
you say?
afternoon.
Why so condescending? I mean, I'm wearing Talmud clothes too. I'm your equal.
Surely the better question would be why so patient? Because I can tell you in no uncertain terms that you are trying my patience with your primitive blubbering and inane questions. Leave me.
Why does Empire let you walk around here like you own the place?
Oh, but we practically do. I presume even one such as yourself is aware of the White Gold Concordat, yes? That document guarantees the Thalmor the end of worship of that miserable little man-god the Nords so love to falsely revere, Talos. We need to ensure that this agreement is upheld.
Why do you and Armion do?
Hunt down and execute Talos worshippers, keep people in line, and enforce the White Gold Concordat.
See, Edgelord, my dear son, that's why I told you that stealing from Talmor is not stealing. It's a good deed to steal from them.
Clank like a kitchen. They head this way, we'll know it.
I think I saw one more Talmor person heading this way. I cannot find them. Oh well. Well, not a big loss. At least to us. Be close to him, because he won't get to know us. Oh. Hello?
For County Bruma.
Ma'am?
Okay.
Talk to you later.
I will find you, these criminals. I have a lead. I mean, the same lead you gave me, but still a lead. A lead is a lead. There are so many guards here. Oh, now it's the day, so maybe perhaps we could find the guy to whom we have the letter to give? Okay. I think he's near. Oh, who are you? Hello?
Razada the Resplendent greets you. How can my arcane ability and esoteric enlightenment help you on this fine day?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Do you have a house or a bed? Can I buy it?
What an intriguing inquest. I do indeed have a bed. Well, a bedroll. I do not own property in Bruma, for the city is full, and I am somewhat of a latecomer.
Oh.
That, and not being registered to any property, grants the Synod and College of Whispers less opportunity to persecute, hound, maltreat, and molest me, as they are wont to do.
You were molested by whole magical university? I don't even know what to say after that. Are you with Synod or the College of Whispers?
Why, of course not. No self-respecting mage joins those scurrilous syndicates. Oh, my friend, I'm strictly independent. That's what allows me to cut out the bumbledom and bring you only straightforward sortilege.
Why do you sell here in Buma?
Bruma is the last bastion of Imperial land before the border and the harsh ravages and independent College of Skyrim. Those poor souls who find themselves overcome with vexation at the shockingly bureaucratic nature of Cyrodiil's key magical institutions, well, they tend to, peregrinate to Skyrim. When the Imperial Border Guards halt them at the selvage, so to speak, they lodge in Bruma. Thusly, my wares are in great demand.
I like your way of thinking. You are a crafty one. So maybe you could. You know, I always need some more money. So,
Yes,
anyone?
indeed. To my great regret, a few scalawags here in Bruma appear to have not paid their bills for their enchanted weapons from Rosada. I am beside myself with angst about this, as you can no doubt imagine. So, my fair and, might I say, rather imposing friend, if you would be willing to speak to these scoundrels and acquire my warranted compensation, I would be most obliged.
Yeah, sure thing, why not?
Excellent!
That
Allow
won't
me to
backfire.
arm you with more knowledge of the aforementioned mischief makers. You'll need to speak with Roland Wickert, the young chap at the Synod Conclave here in Bruma. Stantis Valeria is the second of these reprobates, the owner of the Geraldview Tavern. The third is Stable Master Ila the Upright. Clearly the title was given rather than deserved. Do this for me, and I shall bestow coin upon you for each, and a truly copious recompense indeed once all three mischief makers are dealt with.
Okay, so can you show me your unique enchanted wares?
Of course, excellent. Well, I have 5 fabulous unique items in stock at the moment. The first is the wooden staff of awesome conflagration, which summons a tremendous fiery inferno at your target location. Extremely dangerous. The second is the Scepter of Frosty Entombment, which is truly a unique frost staff. It will trap your target in a block of ice for 10 minutes. The third is the Blade of Prepotence, which causes your target, any target at all, to shrink, becoming supremely weak and vulnerable. Fourth is the Staff of Titan Summoning, which summons a mighty Daedric Titan at your target location. It will demolish all in its way. Fifth is the Rod of Potency, which will certainly bring great pleasure. That I can guarantee. So, which will it be?
Oh god, they all are expensive. But this is magic. I like the sound of the blade. I shouldn't. I need to save my money. Give me that blade.
Ah, your foes will go running home to their mother when you're towering over them.
Okay, let's check it out.
Voila.
What did I just buy? Causes your target to shrink.
But do reconsider.
Oh, it looks so amazing. But does it really work?
Rosada the Resplendent, Enchanter Extraordinaire,
All freak.
Illusionist Incredible.
I want to test
Steward
something.
Remarkable.
Okay, let's check it out.
Legion soldiers gleam like fresh fallen snow and crack like a kitchen. They head this way, we'll know it.
I don't think this is working properly.
I'll fight the entire Legion myself if they dare show their faces here.
Sir,
Greetings.
this is not working properly.
Ah, you've purchased yourself a fine enchanted item from Rosada the Resplendent and found it somehow unsatisfactory. I'm afraid I make my refund policy clear. That is, there are none. No refunds. I mean, not no policy. There is a policy. Very much so, in fact.
You said nothing about a refund policy.
Oh, did I not? Ah, must have slipped my mind. My sincerest apologies, but all sales are final.
If you give me a refund, I won't call the guards.
I'm afraid my refund policy is unmistakably, unequivocally unambiguous. My wholehearted, forthright apologies.
Oh no, you don't.
Greetings.
You don't get away from me
I'm
this
afraid I
easily.
made my refund policy clear. Oh, did I not? Ah, must
Give
have
me
slipped
a
my mind.
refund
My
or
sincerest
I
apologies,
will
but
rearrange your smug face.
I quite like my luscious cheeks right where they are, thank you very much. Please, here, take your restitution. Now, let us agree to an armistice, yes?
Fine. Now we're talking. Okay, that took me nearly a whole day, but we managed to get my money back. And now I have... Can I steal from that guy? I would love to steal from that. Oh well. Let me browse your standard inventory.
Well, they are regrettably significantly more banal than my exceptional unique items. I do keep a stock of some more pedestrian magical goods.
Oh, illusion. Soul gems. I need soul gems. Oh, he has also some magics. I want magics. No, you don't have anything I don't know already. Yeah, you can also have this. Most of these clothes. I don't need them. Boots. More boots. Oh, I will just... Oh, those are not... Oh, no, that's too pretty. I'm not selling that. Gonna have this and that and this. Oh, those look nice. I will wear them, I think.
Bye-bye.
I mean, how long I can pretend to be a Talmud? It's getting old. Oh, I'm so pretty now. I'm a pretty lady. With pretty useless blade.
Hello there.
I'll fight the
What do you
entire
need?
legion myself if they dare show their
But
faces
still, it's
here.
pretty good to
Hello.
train my restoration. Oh, everything has its use, apparently.
Razada the Resplendent greets you. How can my arcane ability and esoteric...
Okay, so let's find this guy to whom I was supposed to give the letter, but I kind of forgot because I met Razala la 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 la.
Careful with that.
No,
You're-
don't leave yet.
What is it?
I met your brother in Snowstorm Rest. He fled the province.
You what? And what's that there?
A letter he wrote for you here.
I see. Cutters, huh? I swear, those damned bandits are getting bolder and bolder. They'll rule the entire county soon. I'm... Here. Have this. A little bit of coin. Least I can do. Here's hoping Avar can return here in time.
Okay. Oh, he can train me smithing. Where did you learn to smith?
You're asking a Nord where he learned to smith. That's like asking an Altmer where he learned to make you want to punch him in the face. I learned all over Tamriel. I learned near enough my whole life. When I was 10, my mother would always be going on, you know. Damn it, Holgard, I haven't seen you with a hammer out of your hands for years. I don't even remember what your empty hands look like. By now, I'd believe it if someone said you were born with a smith's hammer in your hand. And burn marks to match. The bottom line is that blacksmithing is as much a part of being a Nord as the beards and the drink. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
How's business here?
Relatively good, as of late, I'd say. Hostilities are boiling under the surface here in Cyrodiil. Have been for a while. No one dares make the first move, but everyone's waiting for it with bated breath. That means they're arming themselves in preparation for rainy days to come. And that means customers for blacksmiths such as myself. Not to sound like a war profiteer, of course.
Why would people be arming themselves if no one is making a move?
Sure, they're not walking around in armor with swords in their scabbards all the time. But people are keeping a weapon handy a lot more these days. Never know when you'll need to defend yourself from a party of Dalmor Justiciars. Don't tell Armin I said that. They know a storm is on the horizon, and soon enough there, all of our lives are about to become a lot more dangerous. They want to be prepared.
You know, I don't think I need training in smithing right now.
Right?
Hey, Ulfric, may I check something? Nope.
What in oblivion are you doing?
Stipler still not working, but still good for training restoration. Ulfric. Bonk. Kitty, calm down. I'm just being friendly with Ulfric. Oh, and by the way, Ulfric, it's another day already. You know that what that means. Pay up. So, you're paying? Nice. Thank you, Ulfric. Okay,
I'll
so
fight the entire
let's
legion
find
myself if
this
they
tavern
actually
place.
face it. You have a grim look.
Smithy.
A civilian?
Yes, I am a civilian, you see? I'm even wearing a dress. So civilian-like. Some guy's house. Tavern, where are you? Oh, I will be taking that. Tavern? No, another guy's house. Why there are so many houses, like, and none of them is mine. Icewind Traders? Oh, that's a good place to maybe sell some stuff. Oh, who are you, and can you tell me where I find the tavern?
Please, madam. Just one septim.
I already gave a coin, guy, not long ago. What will you do with the gold?
I will put it into the fund that I've been putting together for a while now, to buy a house and get a roof over my head. It's growing slowly, but surely. Houses are expensive.
You know, I myself, I'm looking for a house, so...
My most sincere thanks, honored friend.
I feel for you, guy. I understand you. So what made you a beggar?
A series of unlucky events. I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay, as you wish, friend.
Bye.
Was that Ulfric or someone
I
else?
want to be
It
out
was
there
you.
with my brothers
I mean, these
waging war
clothes
against the
are
Empire.
amazing. Even I cannot recognize you. So, if I were a tavern,
What can I do for you?
where would I be? Tavern. So many houses, but no tavern. It's almost like people live here and don't need some tavern to sleep in. House. I think I might be in the wrong part of the city. Oh, what's that? A cat above. Nah, that's still not house. I mean, not inn. Is that inn? The restful watchman. Ulfric, we're here. Oh, it's out. Okay. Let's prepare ourselves.
I long to be out there with my brothers waging war against the Empire.
But you're not with them, you're with me. And you're the one who asked
I'm
for it.
Galarin, Synod Hopeful. If you have any cuts or bruises, I'd be happy to practice my restoration on you.
Hello?
Yes.
What do you want, elf?
Hello, everybody. Don't...
Hey, watch it!
Okay.
What is it?
Can I
So
help
many
you with
people.
anything?
I don't
What
know
is
with
it?
whom to start. Oh dear. I
What
think
is
the
it?
bartender is
can
a
I do for
good
you,
bet.
friend?
I mean, after
Can I help you?
Kitty, out of my way.
Hello.
I've got rooms, I've got food and drinks, and 1,000 elven ladies
What
under
is
my
it?
belt. You here to do business?
Oh god, you also have a mouth that does not move. With what to start? Have you heard any rumors, perhaps about some artifacts?
A Lamu Nethray, dark elf girl. She's wanting adventurers to help her with something. Not sure what.
So... You have much trouble here?
Seems to me you're starting trouble asking questions like that. This is a fine establishment.
Yes, I can see that.
We don't pretend to be more than we are, though. Now, what can I get you?
Don't you ever run? I mean, this place is filthy and seems to be full of interesting people.
Then go over to the Gerald View if it suits you better. Me, I think this inn has more character than Mr. Stantis Fancy Pants' little establishment.
Do you ever run into trouble given your tavern's reputation?
Well, honestly, sometimes I do. I'm only saying this because I suspect you might be able to help me out. You see, there's this snooty Altmer that came through here a few days back. One of those haughty Alinor types. Newcomer to Bruma. Well, he came here, not realizing that the Gerald View might have been more to his tastes. After he witnessed a few of our, morally gray activities and an exceptional display of promiscuity, well, he decided to leave.
And
Now, in his outrage and disgust, he's planning to try and press charges against my tavern. If you could just talk him down, I'd appreciate it.
why exactly should I help you?
Because I can pay you, and I'm just too charming to resist. Why wouldn't you help me?
Fair point. I'll do it.
Great. He's probably storming around town right now, trying to rabble-rouse against the Watchmen. Put a stop to it.
So, heard anything about stolen Akaviri heirlooms?
I don't tend to gossip about my patrons. Bad for business, you know, especially when you're in my line of work.
Just tell me you don't want any legal complications, because I'm working for the guard, you know.
Well, true enough. There's this Breton guy who comes through here every now and again. Sleaziest guy I've ever seen. Except for me, of course. Got a reputation to maintain, you know? Name's Etienne, or something like that. Anyway, he mentioned something to do with Akaviri trinkets while we spoke. Mentioned wanting to sell them, or something. I guess he's your man.
Oh yes, that's very useful. Where I will find this guy?
I don't know. Listen, do you really think I'm going to tell you everything about my customers? That's a sure way to get run out of this business.
Answer me or you'll lose more than your patrons. You will lose your garlic. I will eat it. I will eat it all.
Listen, you want me to tell you so badly? Make me. I'm not budging until I've been forced to, legally. You know what I'm getting at, I assume.
What is it?
Oh, he wants me to lead a guard here so he has an alibi. Smart
What do you
guy.
want,
That
elf?
one is. Okay, so who are you? Do you maybe know anything?
To fail at a simple job like that. No way it was just a coincidence. It must have been. Oh, hello. What are you looking at? Speak.
You were mumbling about something. I found this mumbling quite interesting.
That's none of your... I suppose there's no harm in telling you now. Who knows? Maybe you'll be able to help. I'm a mercenary. Been one for years now, and I don't often fail a job. But this last time, I did fail, but not through any fault of my own.
Let me guess, you need a hero to save the day.
Cut out the sarcasm. I don't appreciate it. If you want to help me, if you want the honor of working by my side, then you should at least exercise respect. I'd been hired by some anonymous noble to clear out a cave full of bandits near Bruma. Offer some nice coin, too. My wife came with me. We were battle partners. Things were going well until we were ambushed. Bandit reinforcements showed up out of nowhere, flanking us the way we came. They bound us and gagged us, left us disarmed and defeated. They left with my wife and left me to die. I managed to escape my captivity, but when I got back to the cave, they'd gone. All of them, including my wife. I've been searching for her damn near a whole year now. No success.
I don't suppose there's a payment involved?
A mercenary, eh? Someone after my own heart. Sure there'd be. I have a bit of coin left over from the old days.
I'll help you then.
Praise Malakath. Once you turn up something solid, let me know. I'll be here. The best place to start is probably the castle. Ask the nobles, see if they know anything.
Oh, interesting.
What are you doing gawking at me? Shoo! I've given you a task. Unless you think you've found the culprit.
Sir, I don't think you know how chairs work. But
Can I
there is an Argonian I heard something about.
Hello.
Argonians crouches in crevices.
What are you doing gawking at me? Shoo!
This one calls
I've given
a
you a
friend.
task. Unless you
Can
think
I
you've
help
found
you?
the culprit.
Huh. He won't talk with me. Oh well.
What is it?
You need something, Ma?
I would like to rent a room here, I think.
Can I help you? A fair price for a fair room. Allow
The
me
prey
to show you to
approaches.
your room. Right this way.
I like this place. It has its charm. It's not like this hoity-toity taverns. So which room is mine? Oh, gloves. Oh, it's someone's. So this is mine then, yes? Oh, I'm so tired. I think 8 hours will be enough. Sir, have you been standing here and staring at me
You
all
here
this
to do
time?
business?
Please stop staring at me, sir. You're creeping me out.
Can I help you?
Do you often stay in the rooms of
Good
your
morning.
guests? Please let me out. This is, or I will call
Got rooms
call the
of
guard.
food and drinks, and 1,000 elven ladies under my belt.
Seriously, let me out.
It's full watchman. Rooms and food, that's what we do. What do you need?
Oh, thank you for
Lars is such a
teleporting
milk
out of
drinker.
existence.
You can't even stand up to a girl.
An orc follows to the death.
Can I help you?
Okay, follows to the death, but maybe, just maybe, also allows their
My
friends
blood's
to
calm.
live.
I prefer it boiling.
Yes, exactly.
My hammer, a goblin's head, and a mug of ale. Great way to spend a freighted
What is
night.
it?
Oh, some more guests. Interesting. Who are you? Oh, you're the bar.
Talk to you later.
Why you're not
What do
tending
you
the
want,
bar?
elf?
What are you doing?
Oh, I talked to you?
Shoo! I've
Then-
given you a task.
Who are you? I think I saw you earlier.
What is it?
Can I help you?
Can I help you? My weapon wants a temperin'. Things want to kill him. Fetch me 3 iron ingots to temper my weapon and my book of killin' so I know who needs killin'. Then I'll give you gold.
Do you always greet people this way?
Only when my weapon wants a temperin' and things want to killin'.
Okay, consider it done. I like gold.
Good. My killin' arm's itching to do more killin'.
Oh.
My blood's calm. I prefer it boiling.
Once again, Scruffy, you're a ghost. Your blood will never be
Hello.
warm again.
What
I'm
in
sorry.
oblivion are you doing?
Hello.
Okay. So, let's talk to
Can
the
I help you?
guards.
You aren't from Bruma. Did I see you arrive from the north? Are you? Did you arrive from Skyrim?
Yes, I did.
Ah, this is good news indeed. We don't get many travelers from my homeland these days. The roads are too dangerous, and the border controls are too tight. You must be a bit hardier than the usual milk drinkers I have to deal with. Tell me, are you a mercenary? Or do you fight for a higher cause?
Is that a tricky question? Okay, let's lie to him. Higher cause, of course.
I thought you did. You have that glint in your eye. The look of one who fights for ideals, for lofty causes. Tell me, traveler, if I had a task for you, one that would benefit my people immeasurably, would you help me? Your talents will be invaluable.
Alright, what are the details?
Blood, honor, glory to Skyrim and the Nords. And a modest bit of loot, of course. We are going to rescue a good friend of mine. Of course, it may require you to get your hands a little, dirty.
Oh.
If you head east out of Bruma, for a ways, you'll find a camp near Sidor, one of those ancient elven ruins. Meet me there. Oh, and, here. Let me mark it on your map.
I should have told him I was a mercenary. Then, now he probably won't pay me. Oh well. Let's ignore him for now. Because my house is waiting. Let's find some guards. 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 Where are you? I mean, when I don't need them, they are everywhere. When I need them, they... Oh, hello, lady. Do you have anything of interest for sale?
Here to browse my fine selection of ancient Nordic items? A slice of Nordic heritage, right here in Cyrodiil.
Why sell ancient Nordic artifacts?
Why not?
So, how's business?
It's doing well. A lot of travelers tend to buy from me, as well as young Nords who are soul-searching, trying to find the Nordic heritage here in Cyrodiil.
Why are you here in Cyrodiil if you're so attracted to Skyrim? Go live there with Ulfric's Stormcloak.
The same reason I sell ancient Nordic artifacts, so that the young Nords here in Bruma can be reminded of the roots. Bruma has all the surface trappings of Skyrim, the snow, the cold, but Skyrim is so much more than that. Something Bruma isn't and can never be. It's about the Nordic ruins dotting the landscape, about the dragon walls. It's about the diversity. Whiterun and the Reach, the Pale and Eastmarch. That variation of Nordic culture is something Cyrodiil doesn't have. I'll be content if my presence here reminds just a few Nords that they're not just Imperials with more facial hair and deeper voices.
So, where did you get these artifacts from?
Many of them I collected during my adventuring days. I used to wander Skyrim in search of opportunity and adventure. I went through my fair share of Nordic ruins back in those days, and I took a liking to the ancient Nordic metalwork. So, I began to collect them as I adventured, and when I finally decided to settle down, I had quite an extensive stock.
Maybe you have some work for me? I'm always looking for to earn some money.
As it happens, yes, ancient Nordic weapons. They're a big chunk of my business, and I'm running low. If you happen to come across any in your travels, I'd pay you well.
Sure.
Excellent.
So what do you have for sale?
Here's what I have.
Junk, junk, more junk, 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 junk. Oh my god, you have so much junk. But you have a lockpick. I will be taking that. Thank you.
Talk to you later.
So, are here some more
Yes,
mansions?
dearie.
I wonder if all of them are so... Oh, it's empty. What all
fresh fallen snow and
stupid chest blocked my
I take pride
hopes
in
up.
my potions.
Hello.
Only the finest potions.
What brought you to Bruma?
There wasn't already an alchemist in town when I came up here, and I figured it was a burgeoning market and a ripe opportunity. Fortune favors the bold, or so they say.
So, how's business? Good enough! Nothing to write home to call about, but it's that scent leaving. I'm such a great voice actor. Got any work available?
I'm always on the lookout for ingredients. Tending this stall leaves me little time to gather ingredients in the wilderness, and the Timberwolves are always a threat regardless. Tell you what, you bring me some clouded funnel, cairn bolete, and milk thistle.
I pay you septims for each you bring me, and a bonus sum once you brought them all. What do you say? Sure, yeah, pay me.
Thanks. Get back to me with the ingredients, and you'll get your coin.
So, not many Bosmer here in Buma. I mean, you're the first one I saw.
No, there aren't. Doesn't matter much to me. But sometimes, I do feel kind of isolated among all the Nords and Imperials.
What do you have for sale?
It's all for sale. Just let me know when you've made up your mind.
I don't think I will be taking any of that for now.
See you
But
around.
I would love to read that book.
Here, I want you to have this.
The cold nips up here in the mountains, but I've always loved how refreshing it is.
Sweet roll? Thank you, Scruffy. For a ghost, you're very kind. Oh my god, Ulfric,
can I
you
do for you?
look awesome. But I want to read that book. Not steal, read.
Hello.
I want to read
Legion
it.
soldiers gleam like fresh fallen snow and clank like a
Excuse
kitchen.
me?
They head this way.
May I read it?
If you want a potion, you want me.
Not steal, read.
Well,
Why can't I read it?
before you ask, I don't sell poisons. Like, really. I wish people would stop asking.
coming up soon.
Hello.
Can I help you? What is it?
So, you're a mage or something?
Yes, I am. I'm hoping to join the Synod Conclave here in Bruma.
What do you specialize in?
Restoration mostly, but I also enjoy alchemy and alteration. Not so big on destruction. I like preserving life, not taking it.
How did you end up in Bruma?
Oh, I was born in Bruma. I traveled around Cyrodiil and lived for a few years in Coral, but the mountains and the cold air always called to me. My parents used to say there must have been some Nord blood in our family for me to love the snow so much. There probably isn't, of course. My parents were from High Rock. That's about as Breton as it gets. Too bad they aren't here to see me make the Synod. I think they would have been proud.
What happened to your parents?
They died a while back. Papa got sick, so Mama went out adventuring to try and raise money for a healer. Mama never made it back, so Papa never got his healing. I'm not broken up about it anymore. It happened several years ago now. But I do still miss the feeling of family, of being loved, you know? In any case, being a mage of the Synod will help with that. That will be my place to belong.
I know how you feel. My father died too, and my mother, well, I didn't know her.
Dearie.
She, let's say that she didn't came back from adventuring too.
Hello.
Hello. Why are you staring at me so creepily?
An interesting question, with an interesting tale to follow. You see, the names of Nordic clans are earned, not simply given. Each name has a meaning, each meaning a story. Our clan was once a small group of farmers in Windhelm, in an era long before this one. We were a poor lot, and could barely pull enough roots out of the ground to make a living. But one among our clan, an exceptionally bright young man, had a plan to help us till the icy soil of the north. He left the farm and traveled to Whiterun to learn from the best smiths in the province. He studied there for many years before returning.
He brought with him a plow of tempered steel so bright and gleaming that it shone like pure silver in the sunlight. The metal was tough and sharp enough to tear through the frosty earth, and light enough to be carried by even the lamest of ponies. The
Ponies
farm and the
aren't
clan,
lame.
My clan,
They are cool,
flourished,
especially
and was
Twilight.
thereafter known as Silver Plow. It just goes to show that not all great clans and warriors survive by tackling their problems head on. Sometimes you've got to use your brain more than your blade.
That was a nice tale, but what it had to do with my question, and why do you keep staring at me and whispering to my ear?
Why, you honor me with your compliments. Thank you, thank you. Come back any time for more lore or history.
Oh my god, you're so creepy, lady.
Have you come to learn or just to bother an old collector?
So you collected artifacts, so if I had any, I could sell them to you?
Oh, absolutely. I collect anything Nordic, whether it be a crafted artifact or a spoken story. Some may call it an odd hobby, but I'm proud to preserve my people's ancestry.
I hope you like Akaviri stuff. So what's the word around the town?
I heard Cetus got a new shipment from Skyrim. I wonder if he has any new Nordic artifacts.
Okay. Now,
Leaving
let's
already?
never see one another ever again, please.
What's the matter, friend? Legion soldiers gleam like fresh fallen snow and
Oh, who are you?
I'm Albecius, of the Ducani family.
Tell me more about yourself. Sir, you have a really handsome beard.
I am privileged to enjoy quite a comfortable life, but I do try to give something back to the less fortunate folk when I can. The Great War took its toll on us, on all Cyrodiil. She may not look so different on the surface, but her spirit writhes in agony.
Tell me about Ducani family.
We're quite old and quite influential. When we say things, people, important people, tend to listen. That's not to say that we're the Elder Council, but we don't tend to be ignored either. And that's not to say we don't pick up on new opportunities when we can, of course. Our family must always strive for bigger and better things. Not to sound like a priest of St. Martin.
Oh, thank you. That was less creepy than this old lady.
Good afternoon.
And,
What do you want, elf?
well, excuse me, I wanted to buy something from you.
Can I help you?
You seem nervous.
You can tell, huh? Yeah, I'm not exactly the best salesman. Don't exactly like being one either. Don't worry though, I'm a much better tailor than I am a merchant.
Why are you a merchant if you don't like being one?
You know, I always thought about doing something else. Becoming an adventurer or whatnot. It's just, well, I'm not cut out for that kind of lifestyle. As my good ma always said, Gryfard, my worthless, good-for-nothing son, you gotta do something with your life. And since you seem to be better at sewing than spellcasting, you best become a clothing merchant. So, here I am. Yeah, she's a lovely woman, my mother. Powerful mage, too. If you see her around these parts, though, you warn me right away. She's the reason I left High Rock.
So, how business?
All right, I suppose. My sales pitch isn't very good, I know, but I still get a fair few customers. Everyone needs something to wear, I guess.
What do you have for sale?
Have a browse. Let me know if you like what you see.
Interesting. Oh, I like this one. He has some good magic stuff. And some nice looking clothes too. Oh, that's pretty. Oh dear, so many pretty things. Oh gosh. Forgetting armor. I'm going to... Oh. Forget house. I'm spending my money on that.
Yes, traveler? What do you need?
So, did we talk to everyone in the market?
Be careful if you head into the northern part of the county. That area into avalanches.
Oh, who
What
are
can I do for you?
Excuse me, but have you ever heard of the champion of Cyrodiil?
Perhaps I might have.
Yes, indeed. And my great, well, anyway, my very distant grandfather. He fought alongside the champion. He was at the Battle of Bruma. He was the captain of the guard, no less.
Oh, that's quite interesting. You see, my family too has ties to the champion of Cyrodiil. Ha 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 ha. Not very close though, absolutely no.
The champion is my inspiration, second only to Captain Bird. You know, his distant relative. I have a very large collection of champion of Cyrodiil artifacts, my pride and joy, and I always want to expand it. Perhaps one day you'll aid me in that pursuit, huh? But that day isn't today. I need to track down another artifact first. Anyway, thank you for your time, and sorry for approaching you so abruptly. Sometimes my passion for the champion can carry me away. Sorry again. Oh, I almost forgot. If you're interested, come to my house. I have a fantastic Champion of Cyrodiil museum tour available. Innumerable Champion of Cyrodiil artifacts. Come, check it out when you can.
Oh. I never thought.
Can I help you?
Nordic heritage, Nordic culture.
Well, I
Nordic
probably should
network.
have known. Oh. I don't know if I should go there. The Hall of Champion, a museum from the Champion Cyrodiil, is open every day from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. except on Sundays when it's closed early at 6 p.m. Come and see the wondrous artifacts of the champion. Entry is free, while special, exclusive tours cost only 20 septims, 10 for children and the elderly. I don't know.
Hello there.
I will think about that. No, it's nothing, Alvin, it's nothing. I mean, Edgelord, it's nothing. Oh, who are you?
What?
What a kind man.
I got a pretty good selection of attire here.
You know what, Ulfric?
If anyone's interested.
I want to teach you some magic. Because now you look like a badass mage, and it's a shame that you don't use magic.
Legion soldiers gleam like fresh fallen snow and clank like a kitchen.
So, I think we investigated... Oh, did I investigate you?
Yes? Come to hear of an old man's adventures?
Do your adventures involve Akaviri artifacts? Huh?
Can I help you?
Mind me telling stories of your youth? Or maybe of how you stole artifacts?
You bet I would. But I'm sorry if this comes across the wrong way, traveler, but, well, I'm poor. I'm no good for jobs anymore, and people aren't going to pay you for just existing. So, tell you what, you give me a couple of septims, and I'll regale you with some stories. Sound like a fair trade, stranger?
So you're a beggar?
If you think me a beggar, then who am I to argue? That's not what I call myself, though. I'm a washed-up old warrior who's barely managing to keep a roof over his head. Does that make me a beggar? I'll defer to your judgment, stranger.
Okay, 2 septims, sure thing.
Thanks, stranger. Rare to see such a generous sort here in Bruma.
Tell me a story, a bedtime story, about Akaviri artifacts.
It was a bright, sunny Turdas and Whiterun Hold. I was hanging around Dragon's Reach, hoping to meet a rich noble lady and strike up a conversation. What can I say?
I was young and naive. Imagine my surprise when out of the keep, instead of a noblewoman, comes a beautiful battle maiden, covered head to toe in beautifully crafted steel. She carried a huge steel claymore on her back, and I have no doubt that she'd have wielded it just as well, if not better, than any of the city guard. Paralyzed by panic, I remained silent, dared not to say anything to her, even as she was breathing in my face. She chuckled, then asked me if I was up for a challenge. Said there were some bandits in a local cave, marked it on my map, and challenged me to clear it out. Blinded by my own lust, I accepted. She handed me that glistening greatsword she carried on her back. I wasn't trained with a weapon, but I was strong. I could hold it, unlike most. She said she was impressed by that. So I took the greatsword to the cave she had described. Well, it was actually a mine of sorts. Ember Shard, they called it. I headed inside. Down the slope, I could just see, through the gloom, the red glowing eyes of a Dunmer. I assumed he was a bandit, but I wanted to be sure. Foolish and young, that was me. So, like a damn fool, I called out to him. "What are you doing down here?" I asked. He said nothing, but I saw his eyes narrow with anger in the dark. Then they got larger and larger, and I heard footsteps. He was coming towards me. I was done for. Then, all of a sudden, I heard a clink. The Dunmer had stepped on a pressure plate. And just like that, a whole pile of boulders came crashing down from the rafters and crushed him under them. That was one bandit dealt with. His screams as he died, and the sound of the rocks falling, attracted the attention of the rest of the bandits in the mine. I heard who I can only assume was their leader shout, in his typically guttural orcish voice. "Seems like we've got company, boys. Weapons out, eyes peeled. Let's go." I hid in the darkness, once again paralyzed by fear and doubt. Then an idea struck me. What if I made a trap of my own? I took the battle maiden's longsword and put it up in the rafters where the boulders were. I rearmed the pressure plate to the best of my abilities. Just as I was finished, the orc rounded the corner, as did a band of other brigands. One of them held a torch and waved it around to illuminate the whole entranceway. Soon enough, they saw me. That was it. My big moment. My life or my death. The orc saw the boulders on the ground. I can only assume he took it as a sign that the trap had already been triggered and was safe to stand on. And so he stood on the plate. That was his big mistake. The great sword came careening down from the rafters with a force the likes of which I'd never seen before. By the blessings of Stendar, it impaled him straight through the gut. He bled what looked like lakes full of blood, and no sooner had I blinked than he died. The rest of the bandits very close behind him tripped over his flailing feet as he fell. They went diving headfirst into the rocks that lay on the ground, and the blow on the head ended them too. It was then that the door opened behind me. My heart damn near stopped. The bandits wanted their retribution, I thought. My life's reached its end. But it was the battle maiden. She had realized I might have taken her joke seriously, and so she came to try to warn me before it was too late. She saw them all there, lying dead, including the orc who had the greatsword still sticking out of him. Her eyes widened in shock. Let's just say I was economical with the truth when explaining what happened during the encounter. It was then she told me she was one of the companions, an order of warriors based out of Whiterun. She said I had what it takes to be one of them, and so I joined up the next day. And that's the story of how a few happy accidents got me into a life of adventuring, I suppose. Funny the way the world works.
Mind telling me some stories of your youth? I mean, that was great.
Of course, for a small donation.
Will he tell me a new story?
Thanks, stranger. Rare to see such a generous sort here in Bruma.
Tell me a story.
The companions had given me my first job, to slay a giant. Yes, to slay a giant. I had the same look on my face, too. They said they had no other jobs available at the time. When they gave me it, somehow I felt strangely kind of hopeful. I was on a high, you might say, from the events in Embershard. I was still afraid, but determined. That air of cockiness remained until I got near the Giants' camp. Every step I took closer to the camp, the faster my heart raced. I couldn't do it, I finally thought to myself. Only 30 or so paces away from the camp, I had to turn back. But what would the companions think of me, doing that? Dishonor! I couldn't ruin this for myself. This opportunity to become a hero of legend, I had to do something. And so, I cheated. In a way. I had asked a band of traveling mercenaries to do the deed for me. I paid them with what gold I had scrounged off the bandits I'd killed in Embershard. They reluctantly agreed, after a lot of persuasion, and so they charged in. I heard every stomp, every smash of the Giants' club, echoing, bouncing off of the mountains. My heart pounded. Had I sent some men to their doom? If they are victorious, am I now an honorless coward? After about 5 minutes, they returned to me, beaten, battered, bruised, broken. They'd killed the giant and gotten its distinctively fungal toe the companions demanded as proof. It was then they held out on me. They told me they wouldn't give me the toe, not after all that, not after such risk for such little reward. It was fortuitous, I suppose, that the giant's mammoth came charging out of nowhere and, with its huge tusks, killed all 3 men, just like that. I grabbed the toe from the ground where it landed and ran. I ran all the way back to Jorvaskr. I explained what happened, and the companions were aghast at my cowardice. It was then that the Harbinger came out of his quarters. He signaled to them all, and just like that, they stopped talking out of respect. He opened his mouth, and I dreaded what he was about to say. But he didn't say what I expected him to. Not at all. He told them I deserved another chance, that this act of deception proved my ingenuity. He also told me that, by my description, these mercenaries were actually a small party of bandits that the companions had been hired to kill. He gave me the bounty for both them and the giant. To this day, I don't think I deserved it, but he insisted. And so I remained a companion yet longer. This is where I went on a series of adventures as a companion, completing jobs as I got them. Nothing too exciting. The next story worth telling takes place many, many years later.
Oh my god, I need to hear it!
Of course, for a small donation.
Tell me it all!
Thanks, stranger. Rare to see such a generous sort here in Bruma.
Tell me the story!
I was a companion, but the pay wasn't so good. As I had learned, I wasn't a very good warrior, or a particularly brave one.
I managed to get by taking on jobs to clear skivers out of people's homes.
So I ended up quitting, dropped my sword on the ground, and said enough was enough. They said farewell to me, and I decided I'd try my luck as far away from Jorvaskr as I could think to go. Bravo. See if there was much work available. Little did I realize that those stories about Breville's criminal underworld weren't just fabrications or exaggerations. They were as real as Masser or Secunda. I got blackmailed into joining the criminal underworld of Breville. Helped a shady character who I never got the name of with some smuggling jobs. It wasn't nice or pleasant, but it paid better than my companion days. It was then that I saw coming into the city through the gate that battle maiden. She recognized me and was dismayed that I had been working for a man she'd come to clean out. Apparently, she was on a personal crusade against this kind of criminal filth. She was disappointed that I'd joined them. I explained my reasons and my regret, and she saw fit to take pity on me. Thanks Stendar for that. We became close friends, and I eventually proposed to her on a beautiful summer's sunset. And that's how she became my wife. Sadly, she passed a few years ago. Life's never been the same since. And that's the last of my interesting stories, I'm afraid. And certainly the most, soppy. you've been kind and generous enough to listen to an old man's tales. So I'm happy to tell you some stories again for free.
Wow, that was great. I think we just spent the whole day listening to some stories, but wow, it was awesome. I wish there were more. Oh, but now, when it is night, it will be way easier to find the guards, because they will be having torches. See, perfection. Oh, I need to talk to your boss? Okay. Oh, who's that? Oh, that's the beacon. The one that's too fancy for me. Then again, maybe we should investigate there too. You know, an inn is an inn, after all. So maybe this Breton is sleeping here.
You want, elf?
What is this beautiful, beautiful music? It's so... It's making me cry. Such beauty. I don't think I ever heard something quite like this. Sir, you are a genius. I admire you and your vocal talents. Please teach me how to be like you. I need to be like you. I can't play the lute. Beautiful. So beautiful. Oh.
Renaud, you're distressing the customer.
No, he's not. Those are tears of joy.
I am
He's precious. I think I'm in
I
love.
just said yes.
You are... You dare... How dare you? I am...
How dare you? He's talented.
Songs in this bar that is so far below my standards, and now you proclaim my music as distressful? I'm done with you, standards.
Yeah, he's done with you. He's done with you all.
I'm the restful watchman, your top competition. How about that, huh? And you talentless, tasteless fiends. How dare you insult
If you know
my
any
music?
true sons and daughters of Skyrim, tell them to head to Windhelm.
Because I
Wolf's
was
Big
raised
Stormcloak wants to see them.
in solitude, and I'm the foremost practitioner of the art of song since Faulkner himself.
What can I get you?
You are nothing more than jealous maggots, grasping your waist to insult me and belittle my talent.
Yeah,
And
you're
to
just
that
jealous
I
of
say,
how his beautiful
good
voice.
day.
He's so pretty.
Stranger, have
Away
you seen my
with you,
dad?
Rube.
So you're a bard with a voice of angel.
I am the most illustrious bard in the entirety of Tamriel. I promise you that. Much better than any of the bumpkins from the Bard's College. That I graduated to, of course.
You graduated the Bard's College? Oh, I'm so impressed.
Of course I did. What, you think Reynard even Tone, a master bard and true artist, would be rejected from the Bard's College? Of course not.
You seem very confident about your abilities. I'd admire that. I wish I was.
Of course I am. A true Nord knows that boasting is appropriate when it is called for. And Reynard even Tone knows this well. Or are you insulting my ability, bumpkin? Don't tempt me.
I would never. I would never. You sing so beautifully.
To clunk you over the head with my flute or my lute, or bludgeon you with my fiddle. I know. I will travel to Daggerfall, grab one of those fancy Radenoffs and spank you with it. Ooh, or I could slam you with a tambourine so vigorously that every Bruma
yes.
citizen could hear
Yes.
it.
Please, do
I will
it.
make you the
Do
joke
it.
of the day. Oh, look, there goes the tambourine man. How's that sound, Pissin' Rube? Tambourine woman just doesn't have the same ring to it. Tambourine lady, maybe.
Oh, I can be your tambourine
Sound,
lady any
Pissin'
day.
Rube?
And about your hat, I never seen something quite like that.
The hat? The hat? You dare refer to it as a hat? This bumpkin is a Colovian fur-elm. They were all the rage back in the Third Era, though their popularity has since waned. But I, the illustrious Reed Olivan Tone, am spearheading their revival. Not only am I a pioneer of music, I am also a pioneer of fine fashions. Soon, when you see all and sundry walking around sporting them, you'll know in the back of your mind that we not even Tone was there first.
It is so fashionable.
Aha! Another convert to the new fashion of Third Era Colovian fur-elms. Soon every ruffian will be wearing them, so droll and original are they.
So beautiful. Such
Stranger,
a man.
have you seen my dad?
Your dad?
Stranger, have you seen my dad?
How does he look?
Dad's a soldier in the Legion. He's always off with them, serving at some fort up in the mountains.
So... Oh, Legion, yeah, I hope he wasn't stationing in Fort Pale Pass.
That's what my mom told me. She told me that her dad was in the Legion too.
So how does your father look like? Oh, I hope it wasn't that one guy. Oh.
He's big and tall with yellow hair.
Many Nords look like that, but hopefully I don't think any of the soldiers in Fort look like that. Oh. Oh. So... Is he dead because of civil war in Skyrim?
Yeah. Grandpa told me it's a soldier's duty and that I should be proud of him.
Where's your grandfather?
At home, I think. We all live in the big house across from the wizards.
Wizards?
Mommy says they're called the Synod Conclave, but they just look like wizards to me. They make so much noise at night that sometimes I can't sleep. That big eye on their building is scary, too.
So, where is your mother?
She works at the Geralview Inn. I don't think she likes it there, but she says she has to make ends meet.
You're
Whatever
sitting
that
here.
means. Whose end? And why does he need meat in the first place?
So, what's her name?
Licinia Ironheart. She told me that she used to be called Licinia Prelius, but then she married Dad. We all live
And
in the
what's
big
your
house across
grandfather's
from the
name?
wizards.
Because since I'm asking you about your whole family, then why not? Plus, you're around Edgelord's age. Maybe we should set a play date.
Celis Prelius. Mommy says it's a strong imperial name, but I like my name better. It means I have a strong heart. Mommy must like it better too, because she uses it even though it makes Grandpa mad.
Okay, so...
Talk to you later.
Another citizen of Bruma whom I might help in order to become popular.
Stennar Seno at your service. I'm no Nord, and I'll keep drinking mead until I become one.
Hello?
Remember, a life full of adventure is the only life worth living.
So you're an adventurer?
Well, I would be, but unfortunately, I've got some debts to pay off. I've been doing odd jobs around town to help raise the septums.
What kind of debts?
Sorry, lass. That's something a man like me keeps private.
That kind of debts. I get
Farewell.
it. Wink, wink.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Hail, traveler.
What is it?
Do you know where Haran is?
R'ain? That Oh, did Licinia send you my
Oh,
way?
you're her grandfather.
Forget I said that. No. I haven't heard from him in months. Not since he was called to arms.
You don't seem to like Haran very much.
It's that obvious, is it? Well, don't hate the boy. He's a good husband to Lecinia, and a good father to Elena. But if I had a son like that, I'd ask the divines what I had done wrong.
Why don't you like him?
You might not understand why, but every soldier of the Legion takes an oath. Upon my honor, I do swear undying loyalty to the Emperor, Titus Mede II, and unwavering obedience to the officers of his great empire. May those above judge me, and those below take me if I fail in my duty. Long live the Emperor! Long live the Empire! R'ain said those words, but I could tell he never meant them. He holds Skyrim and his Nord heritage closer to his heart than he ever held the Empire.
Well, is that
See you
really
around.
such a big reason to not like him so much?
I'll fight the entire Legion myself if they
Wolf,
dare show
you
their
look,
faces here.
you look not half bad in these clothes.
I long to be with my brothers, waging war against the Empire.
Well, looks like all the guests went to
Warm
homes.
yourself by the hearth.
Hello, maybe you know where the thief is.
Wine, mead, ale, water. What will it be?
Need any work done?
As it happens, yes. I
Wow,
do.
everyone has
I
a
need the
job
shipping
for me.
request delivered to Greenwood. My regular courier is unavailable. If you're able to act in his stead, I'll reward you with coin.
I will.
Excellent. Take this to Afor Formalius at Greenwood, down where the Girals meet the Great Forest. I'll deliver payment on your return.
Can you tell me more about your inn? It looks quite fancy.
We're renowned through all Cyrodiil and beyond as the finest inn, restaurant, and entertainment location in all Tamriel. We spare no expense for our customers' pleasure.
Maybe you heard... how is business in your tavern?
Business at the Gerald View is always good, due to our exceptional standards for customer service. We strongly believe that if you build it, they will come.
So maybe you heard any rumors since you have so many customers?
I heard the city guard are trying to crack down on smuggling. Been too many illicit goods making their way to Skyrim from here. Empire doesn't like it one bit.
More rumors, maybe?
You know that bard, Renat Eventoned? Yeah. I hear the Jukanis paid him to watch over and entertain their kid Banus while they were out of town. Apparently, his attempts at lullabies scared the child so much he ran away from the bard and cried in the street until his parents got back.
Oh dear, maybe more rumors? But this bard, he has such a beautiful voice. That child, it must know nothing of art.
Adius Villius has been walking around looking flustered lately. You know, captain of the city watch. Not sure what's got him in such a knot, though.
Oh, I will be looking for him. I need a favor. Oh, more rumors?
I hear the Count's cracking down on criminals in Bravo. About time.
More?
I hear tensions are flaring up in Cheydinhall. They've been bubbling over for a while. Dark elves and other dark elves, I think. Something to do with the Red Year. Bad business.
Oh, I think I might know what you're talking about. Let's change subject.
I heard the general store, Icewind Traders, got robbed by the Khajiit, Dartakto. Or so Cetus says.
Something more?
You ever hear the history of Cloud Ruler Temple? Of course you have. Used to be a home of the Emperor's blades.
Did
Now
my
it's
son
all
just
ruins and
teleport?
overgrowth. Sorry end for a glorious bastion of the Empire.
Maybe you have some rumors about suddenly teleporting children.
Cheydinhall's overflowing. Aftermath of the Red Year. There's a Thalmor agent here in Bruma, making sure no one violates the Concordat.
Yeah, I met him.
So I'd advise you not to, if you don't want them to slap you in irons. Been to Bruma's Synod Conclave? Useless quacks, the lot of them. Well, Ulintius is a nice guy at least. I mean the organization. They refuse to lift a finger for anyone who isn't a high-ranking member.
There's some trouble going on with the Jukanis. Family feud or something.
Oh, I meet one of
Their
them.
arguments aren't exactly hard to overhear. Realm Tay has been complaining about some noise nuisance. Talks my ear off about it. Probably that damnable bard, Renaud Even-Toned.
I think it's probably the wizards.
Ever been to such? Should consider it. I hear it's absolutely picturesque. Want to head there myself, but no time, running the view and all.
Okay, it looks like it's all you had to tell to me, but you know that guy Rezada, he sells some not very good swords. Well, he sent me here.
I'm sure you are. I purchased one of Razada's... what did he call them? Pleasure candles?
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. He said it would make the customers enjoy their Geralt view experience more.
Oh, that's why you bought them,
it just
sure.
clogged the nose. So much so that a few of my regulars nearly choked to death. So no, I don't think I'll be giving him his money.
I'm just the messenger, don't complicate things for me, and I also bought one of his artifacts, absolutely terrible.
Oh, I suppose. It would be fairly short-sighted of me to complicate your responsibilities any further because of Razada's questionable product. Fine, here's the coin, but deliver my complaint to Razada.
Oh, I'm so good. So good at that.
What do you want, Elf?
Hello, lady.
The name's Yotra. I keep the place clean and tidy for our customers and guests, and cook the fine meals that we're so renowned for.
Ultra.
I really like
your
your
voice. Did you change the
voice.
linens like I asked?
Of course I changed the linens. Don't you trust me, Stantis?
Why do you say that?
Today it was the linens. Yesterday it was the bath. It feels like you don't trust me.
I'm sorry, love.
Oh.
The inn has just been so busy lately, and the stress is getting to me. I didn't mean to take it out on you.
You should take it as a compliment, Stantis. The Geralt View is busy because of our hard work.
Yes, you're right. One of these days, though, I'd like to take a vacation. To the Highlands, perhaps. Or maybe High Rock.
I could tolerate High Rock.
Hello.
Stantis tends the bar and rents out our rooms. I keep the view running.
Do you have some jobs? I mean, everyone has, so maybe you too.
As a matter of fact, perhaps so. We're currently waiting on a delivery of cider from Applewatch, but, well, it's late. I don't think anything bad has happened. Poor Avon's probably just overworked, but we need that cider before our stocks go low. I'd be happy to provide you with the appropriate recompense.
Yeah, sure thing. I'm already doing jobs for half of the town, so why not you too?
Excellent. Applewatch is just to the west of Bruma.
Yeah, I plan to
Please,
visit it.
Hurry.
Wait, I'm not done talking with you.
Welcome to the Geralt View.
So, tell me more about this fine establishment.
The Geralt View is the finest inn, eatery, and all-around establishment for miles. We accept no compromise and no substandard customer service. We tirelessly ensure that each and every one of our customers experiences the finest resting, eating, and drinking experience possible.
So, how business?
Good as always. Through hard work and exacting quality standards, we ensure our business never wanes.
Okay, thank you for...
Talk to you later.
Let's see, is there anyone else I could talk to? Maybe anyone knows about this person that stole the Akaviri artifact.
Did you change the linens like I asked?
Of course I changed the linens.
She changed the linens, she already told you. Oh, basement. Basement usually holds secrets, but let's first check the rest of this establishment.
Trust me.
I'm sorry, love.
Only another entrance to
Just been so
basement.
busy lately, and the stress is getting to me.
And food.
Letting me to take it
Okay, so let's
fight the
check
entire-
what they keep in
Status.
basement.
The Gerald View is busy because of
Haha.
your hard work.
I will uncover all of these secrets. Oh, looks like it's a bathhouse. Oh. Oh, did you teleport?
Welcome to the Gerald View.
Oh my gosh, you lady, you have skills. Let's go to the bathhouse. It sounds awesome. Should I? Oh.
Another patron of this fine bathhouse. Please come in, come in. The water's fine. Excellent, even.
Okay. If you insist, kind sir.
This water is delightful. Truly delightful, yes?
Yeah, yes, it's not half bad.
Hmm? Do you need something?
Not really. Ulfric.
Hello.
It's not cold. Why are you shivering? It's quite warm, actually.
Hmm?
Are you jealous? Don't.
Greetings.
Oh, yes, greetings to you too, you fine Argonian scalyback. I really like your feathers and your horns.
Is there something I can do for you?
Oh, yes, there are plenty things you can do for me. Hey, Argonian, pretend to kiss me. Yes.
Greetings.
Thanks. I think Ulfric is about to explode. Thanks, Argonian, for the help. Let's rest here for the rest of the night, and in the morning we will see the captain of the guard and ask him to help us find the thief, because, well, I asked so many people around here and no one knew anything, so city guard, we need to ask their help. They are our only hope. And so we end yet another episode of the adventures of Tanasa the Dark Elf. Will she be able to convince the captain of the guard to help her find the thief? Well, in order to find out, stay tuned for another episode. Oh, he's enjoying his time. Looks like Ulfric is learning to appreciate certain somebody. Will the love blossom? Stay tuned to find out.
A blade and a voice shining bright against the cold of tales and of legends and stories yet untold. A heart to sever rock and stone. Behold the hero of a song.